Hello my dear students, we have already done with the explanation of our lesson number 1, Thunder Cake. Now today we are going to discuss the poem of lesson number 2 titled The Dark, written by James Carter. Now first, the picture that you see here in your warm-up section. Look at this picture. What does a night like this make you feel? What do you associate with a dark and airy night? It is being asked that when the night is completely dark, when you can't see anything, how does it make you feel? And what comes to your mind? Association means what comes to your mind when you think about such a dark night? You know, dear students, when it is night, it is completely dark. Nowadays in the cities we have electricity all the time, and our light bulbs, tube lights all make the rooms and houses, and even when we see outside all the street lights in the colony society, they make the place completely bright, so we don't see actually the darkness is not seen now, because even in the middle of the night, if all the lights inside the houses are turned off, still the street lights are on, so your room is never absolutely completely dark. But if suddenly the light goes, it's raining, sometimes the transformers gives away and the light of the area goes, and suddenly you will find that the entire area is covered in dark. You'll be scared. The first thing that will come to your mind will be, oh mama, papa, where are you? Right? So why does that happen? See, when we can see things clearly, that gives us a sense of assurance that whatever will come our way, we can deal with it. But when it suddenly is dark around us and we can't see anything, then a sense of alarm ranks out in our brain that now if anything attacks us, we will not be able to fight it and save our lives. This is a primal feeling of survival that is encoded in our DNA, and the darkness, it activates it. Now night is as important as day. Light and darkness both are equally important in our lives. How? I am telling you one example. Scientists have proven now that in the dark our body heals itself. First, so it assists a sound sleep. We can also sleep during the day, but the sleep is not as long and as sound and peaceful as the sleep that comes in night, during night. And when it is completely dark, then our body secretes, makes certain hormones that are very important for healing our body. Most of the healing of inside our body happens when we are asleep during night. So both light and darkness are important. There are many more examples like this, but I have given you one. Now you know why dark is important, and you know why you are scared of dark as well. Now let's start the lesson and let's see what the poet wants to say about this. I will read the poem first. Why are we so afraid of the dark? It doesn't bite and doesn't bark, or chase old ladies around the park, or steal your sweeties for a lark. And though it might not let you see, it lets you have some privacy and gives you time to go to sleep, provides a place to hide or weep. It cannot help but be around when beastly things make beastly sounds, when back doors slam and windows creak, when cats have fights and voices shriek. The dark is cozy, still and calm, and never does you any harm. In the soft below the sink. It's somewhere nice and quiet to think. Deep in cupboards, pockets too. It's always lurking out of view. Why won't it come out till it's night? Perhaps the dark's afraid of light. Now let's begin the explanation. The first para, the poet asks you, why are you so afraid of the dark? It is not going to bite you, it's not going to bark at you, and it is not going to chase you around the park like dogs chase old ladies or steal your sweeties for the lark. Now what is sweeties? The sweets. And what does it mean for a lark? It's for a joke that is not intended to cause serious harm or damage. Means that sometimes we just out of humor tease somebody, right? Doesn't cause a harm. So it's like a small prank played by your brother and sister. Somebody steals your sweeties, your sweets, just to prank you. So the poet is asking you, why exactly are you afraid of dark? Because it is not going to bark at you, bite you. We are scared of dogs. Why? We are not scared of our pet ones, but the random dogs on the street in the park that we find, we are scared of them because we have prior experiences that they will bark and they will bite. Especially the old ladies, the poet is saying that they chase them around the park. So they are not going to steal your sweets, they are not going to chase you, bark you, bite you. So why exactly are you afraid of the dark? That's the question the poet is asking us all. Now let's go to the second para. And though it might not let you see, it lets you have some privacy and gives you time to go to sleep, provides a place to hide or weep. Now, the night that brings the dark gives you time to go to sleep, right? We all know that. And it also gives you some privacy. We all go to our own rooms during night. We can be alone finally. All the work of the day is done. Now we can go to sleep, and dark also provides you a place to hide or weep. When sometimes we are upset over something, we don't want to talk to anyone. We want to be in a place where nobody will see us and we can sit there and weep. So, how can you be hidden? You can be hidden in the dark where nobody will find you and nobody will see that you are weeping. That's what the poet wants to say. So, according to him, the first part was that the fear that we have for darkness is unreasonable, and he has given this explanation that it is not going to bark nor bite nor chase you or not steal your sweeties. Then he again explains a positive thing about dark, that it will give you privacy and it will give you time to sleep and it will give you a place if you are upset to hide or weep. Okay, now let's see what does he say in the next para. It cannot help but be around when beastly things make beastly sounds, when back doors slam and windows creak, when cats have fights and voices shriek. Now beastly means unpleasant. Now the things that roam around in the dark, when you see them in the daylight in the zoo, some animals like jackals and all, when you see them in the zoo, you are not scared of them. But when they hide in the darkness and they howl, or the sounds that makes the bats and all, why we are scared of them? Because we are not able to see them. So in the darkness their voices make them sound very scary. So it is not the fault of darkness, right? That those things or those animals and birds are making those sounds which is making us scared. It is not the fault of the darkness, right? So that's what the poet is trying to say. And doors slam during the day also, windows creak during the day also, but we get scared by them when it is dark. As I have told you the scientific explanation, whenever we don't see anything, our all senses become alert, because we are always fearful of our, you know, any kind of sudden attack that might happen. That is how our subconscious is wired. So when cats have fights during the nights, they can have fights during the day, but when they fight in the night, we become fearful because we cannot see them properly. And when there are voices, what is a shriek? When some creepy sound is there, any sound that makes a creepy effect. So creak and shriek means the creepy sound. So it is not the darkness's fault that we get scared of these things. That's what the poet is trying to say. The dark is cozy. Now what the poet is doing, you see guys, first he is bursting the myth that things that uh, we have associated with darkness. He is busting those myths that these are the things that you are scared of, but these things are not created by darkness, right? These things, that sounds and the creak and the slam and the cat's fight, darkness has got nothing to do with it. So first para and the third para, the poet is trying to tell you that whatever reason you have to be afraid of darkness, those reasons are not logical. That's what he is trying to say. And then in the second, the fourth para, he is providing us the benefits of darkness. Now let's see what he is saying in the fourth para. The dark is cozy, still and calm, and never does you any harm. In the loft below the sink, it's somewhere nice and quiet to think. Now again he is listing few benefits of dark. He is telling that the darkness is cozy, means it makes you feel comfortable and relaxed. At least when you grow up, you ask me, I wait for darkness. I cannot sleep in the night. My body, my mind, when it is dark, it gives me a signal that the day is over. Now I don't have anything else to do, so automatically we relax. This is a scientific fact also. If it remains bright always, your body and mind will be alert and think that it is still time to work, and you will not be able to fully relax. So dark is cozy, still and calm, and it is not going to give you any harm. And what is loft? A space at the top of a building under the roof, used for storing things. So where do you find darkness inside your houses even daytime? Below the sink and loft. Light cannot reach there directly, so there you can find the darkness hidden. And it is also, poet says, it is also somewhere nice and quiet to think. We cannot exactly sit below the sink, but yeah, we can go on the loft and sit and think. Deep in cupboards, pockets too, it's always lurking out of view. Why won't it come out till it's night? Perhaps the dark's afraid of light. Now poet says that deep in the cupboards and our pockets, it's always hiding and lurking. Lurking means waiting and moving in a secret way. And it is out of view means you don't always see deep in cupboards, right? You're not never peeping in your pockets, do you? No. So it's always waiting there out of view, waiting for the night to come. And the poet is asking, why is it not coming out till it's night? And then the poet answers the question himself and says, perhaps the dark's afraid of light. Okay, now how is dark afraid of light? Well, according to me, darkness cannot exist in light. So maybe that's the reason it is afraid of light. And even when it is dark, you light a bulb, it will go away, right guys? So darkness cannot exist with light. So that might be the reason for it to be afraid of light. Okay, I hope you have understood the essence of the poem written by James Carter. Now dear children, first this warm up activity. I hope you all answered this in your rough book. And one more assignment I am giving you. After you write the question answer of this lesson that I'll be sending next, both prose and poetry combined like last time, I'll be sending you the notes of it. Then the PDF of the lesson that I have sent you, when you go to page number 29 and 30, you will find there is a passage, comprehension passage, and based on that there is a question answer. Okay, multiple options question is there. It's very easy. So don't copy the comprehension part, just the questions. There are 5 questions. You write down the question and write down the correct option after reading the comprehension, and this all you will do in your rough book. So this is your assignment that you will do after you finish writing your CW notes. Okay dear children, hope it's clear to you. Next you will receive the notes of lesson number 2. Till my next video, bye bye, take care.